Welcome, everyone. My name is Tracy Dewar, and I am excited here to be with you tonight for our topic on fighting for better health. We are actually going to give you the 5 steps to better health. We've been having an exciting journey here with the last, I believe, 10 episodes with different topics on gut health, immune system, low tox living, back health, migraines, as well as we had last week. We had Forrest Stiven really help take a deep dive into the 4 categories of illness and issues. And so if you haven't had a chance to see that, please go to our YouTube channel, which is Youngevity Down Under, and you'll see a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of videos all on all of these fantastic topics. But what we want to do and deliver to you tonight is the man that we are all here to support. It is his mission. It is his message that we as Wallach warriors are out there fighting for better health. So again, just to introduce myself a little bit more, I am the head of sales of Youngevity Down Under. I am here to support the field first and foremost. I am the connection between head office and the field. I am a Wallach warrior. I'm an author. I even have a podcast called The Unwrapped Leader for those of you that are in the network marketing industry that really want to be able to help lift yourself to leadership. It's great tips and lots of wealth of information around building a business online and offline through social media, as well as through service. So please, if you haven't had a chance, go and check that out. Other than that, let's get started for tonight. So number 1 is, who is that man we are talking about? Number 1 is, his name is Dr. Joel Wallach, and he is a man that has been researching for the last 50 years on why people have deficiencies in his health, and what he's discovered that these deficiencies are due to mineral deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, and he has discovered that over 900 different illnesses and issues are related to mineral deficiencies. He is the author to 18 books. He is famous for Dead Doctors Don't Lie. If you've not only not read the book, but if there's a world famous lecture out there that has had more listens to than Michael Jackson's records ever sold, and 10 times. But he's also created there's a documentary on him called The Audacity of Health. If you haven't had a chance to watch or listen to it, or even in the last year or so, please put it on your checklist here tonight to go and check it out, so you can understand a little bit more about who he is. But what is it that he's talking about is these minerals and nutrients. He's created what we call our 90 for life. And our 90 for life is the 90 minerals and nutrients that our body needs to thrive and survive, especially in this day and age, because we are being attacked. We have been bombarded by the chemicals in our atmosphere, in our homes, in our products, in our hair care, our skin care, as well as our fragrances. And so we need to lift ourselves to be stronger, to fight against these things. And so what we have is called our 90 for life. And so with our 90 for life, we have 3 fantastic products. I haven't brought up my PowerPoint for you guys, but please go and check out our other videos. We take a deep dive into our products, and we take a deep dive into what these 90 minerals and nutrients are, between our tangy tangerine, which has 85 of the minerals and nutrients and all the goodness in it, as well as our calcium and magnesium that is in our Osteo FX, as well as our essential fatty acids that happen to be in our fantastic products. So we want you to take a deep dive into that. But who is Youngevity? Youngevity has been run by Dr. Wallach's son, Steve Wallach, and his daughter-in-law, Michelle. And they have been running this business now for over 25 years. We have stood the test of time. We are not a fly-by-night company. We are a company who is committed to getting results and living longer, healthier, as well as we are committed to the potency, the purity of our products. We are in I believe 14 different countries we have head offices in, but we deliver to 45 countries. So as we said, we are promised to deliver great results for you. And so tonight we wanted to bring in one of our Wallach warriors. She's been with Youngevity for over 22 years, and she's even written a book called Killer Foods. And it's the next pandemic, the health pandemic, and what the food pandemic that we are having. I don't know if I said that right. Did I say that right? Help me out on that one, Karen.
Yeah, killer food, avoid the next human pandemic.
Avoid the next human pandemic. And do you know, that is what has brought us together more so now than ever before. People are losing their lives, their health has declined, the loss of jobs, just so many things have happened in these last few years. That's why we've come together fighting for better health. We are a collective group, and Karen has been with Youngevity for over 22 years. So she somebody's the background noise there. I might just mute you. Sorry there. But what Karen does is her commitment to leadership, her commitment to her customers, her commitment to the people who want to know more. Every Tuesday, Karen opens her home. She's been doing this for years. And she usually gets at least, if not a dozen, up to 20 people every Tuesday. Yes, correct. There to listen and learn more about Dr. Wallach, Dr. Glidden, Ben Fuchs, and all the good people who are fighting for better health. And so what we wanted to bring to you is to simplify it. After shared the 4 categories of being hard tissue for your bone and joint health, for soft tissue being all your organs and skin, for your gut health, as well as your blood. Those are the 4 categories. Please go and see it, take a deep dive. And what we finished off is getting the right dosage, the right package that's right for you. And then you need to take these 5 steps. So I want to share these 5 steps with you. So we are delighted to have Karen share with us here today. And so without further ado, I just really wanted to say we are so excited to have Karen, and let's just bring her on. Are you guys all ready? Well, Karen, we're really excited to have you. You've been with Youngevity as long as you have. Tell us a little bit about why you got started in Youngevity and what inspired you to write this book.
Oh, thanks, Tracy. Well, it's been 22 years now, actually, this month, January, February, 22 years ago. I was introduced through family, and I was inspired by Dr. Wallach's message. It resonated with me, and it all made sense. And because I was having health issues myself at the time, and it really answered my questions as to why was I getting this, and why. There had to be a reason, but at that point I didn't know. And and then I heard Dr. Lie, and he answered all my questions. And it really, as I said, it really resonated with me. And there was just no looking back from there on. I just went gung ho, ordered the products, and because I used to get a lot of. I used to get one of the minor things that used to happen to me. I used to get the flu about 4 times a year at work. If somebody got it, I got it. Had ulcers in my mouth every month. A month wouldn't go by without me having ulcers. And the minute I started taking the minerals, it probably took a month or so to get into my system, all went away. And I swear on my heart that to this day I've never had ulcers, and I've never had a full blown out cold. I've never had the flu. Never had the flu for 22 years. So yeah. Wow. So yeah. And so that's what it also say 20 years later, because of all the knowledge I had, and I believed so much in what big Dr. Lie said and what Dr. Wallach said, I decided to write a book on everything I knew.
And so if somebody was looking for this book, where would they find it, and what could they expect from the book?
Well, here it is here.
I love the title. Avoid the next human pandemic. Like, how good is that?
Yeah, well, it's everything that Dr. Wallach says, really. So a lot of it's all from his knowledge. And I just decided to put it together in an easy form for people to read. It's got the good foods, bad foods, why we need minerals, why we need vitamins, minerals, vitamins as well as minerals, how you need them together, amino acids, and why we are getting so sick now because of the foods that we're eating. So basically it breaks it down into readable, easy form.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love it. I got my copy right up here as well. So So last week we talked about with Dr. Wallach in the 4 categories and breaking them down and kind of how to get yourself started on the pack that's right for you. And so one of the big things was cleaning up your diet and what are the things that we can do. So you're here to share with us the 5 steps to better health. And so I'm happy to pull that up if you're ready to get started.
Yep. Yep.
Excellent. We are ready. Just one quick second here. And I will pull this
It
up.
looks funny because the glares in my eyes and I'm squinting because I've got the sun shining in my eye.
Well, at least you got the sun shining there, sweetheart. So, so you explained this so well. You did an amazing job at our Gold Coast event. So I just thought it'd be a great opportunity for you to share with everybody a little bit extra knowledge about what the 5 steps to better health are.
Okay. So we're going to start off with the bad foods, and we need to eliminate all these bad foods that are on that slide, because then if you eat these bad foods, it can hinder your body's function from absorbing nutrients, and it also hinders your digestion. So you really, that's the first thing you need to do is get off these bad foods, and obviously the first wheat, barley, rye, and oats. It's gluten, and gluten really damages your intestine. So the first thing you've got to do is go gluten-free. And I wouldn't even sit like, if you have to have your bread, get some gluten-free bread, but don't, I wouldn't have it every day. I have gluten-free bread, but only maybe in the weekends if I want eggs on my bread, because gluten-free stuff can also have bad stuff in it as well. So I try to keep that sort of stuff also to a minimum. But, as long as you're getting off the gluten, that's the main thing. Fried foods. They are so, sorry, I've got my little notes here for everyone. So fried foods become acrylamide and can cause free damaged radicals. And this can also, which is carcinogenic and can lead to inflammation of your digestive tract and arteries, and oxidation of of your nerves and your soft tissues, because we should be having good cholesterol because we need that for our brain, but I'm going to talk about that later on, so I won't go down that track. And they can cause certain, and I'm not allowed to say the C word, and then this even includes stir-fried foods. So as long as you're not using it, you're keeping away from frying your foods. Dr. Wallach would say you can use butter, but, as long as you're not burning it. That's what he suggests. And what's on that list there? Oils in a bottle, okay? All oils, as soon as you heat them, become carcinogenic, okay? And that, once again, is another free radical. So it basically goes hand in hand with your fried foods, because when you fry food, you're frying in oils. And even coconut oil, even though the one thing with coconut oil is you don't know that it's oxidized. So, and especially if it's sitting in a jar on the shelf in a clear bottle, you don't know how long it's been sitting in the shelf, you don't know how long it's been since that the shop or wherever you get it from have stored it on the shelf, and have it before, anyway, from the manufacturer to the shop, you don't know how long it's been sitting there. And if it's been sitting in heat, then that's going to damage it as well. So that's why Dr. Wallach says no oils. And red meat well done is carcinogenic. If you're going to have, he's not saying not have meat, you're still going to have meat, but you just got to have it medium, but not well done, because that is very carcinogenic. And and when you're barbecuing, it's burnt. If you burn anything, it becomes carcinogenic. Okay? And deli meats loaded with nitrates. Well, nitrates are, very bad for us. Okay, it's all really man-made chemicals. So you're looking at your lunch and your bacon, and all those sort of things you get from your deli. It's got man-made chemicals in it. And I think if you go to your butcher, you might they're very hard to find, but if you can find a butcher that does your bacon in a natural environment of nitrates, then that will be okay. It's just the chemical man-made chemicals. Carbonated beverages, especially with a meal. When we have carbonation with a meal, it stops our stomach from absorbing nutrients, okay? And so you shouldn't have it anyway, because if you're having it any time through the day, it can actually go into your bones and take the calcium out of your bones. But when you are eating it with a meal, just shut your stomach down and you're not going to start absorbing those nutrients that's going to be in the food, or your vitamins and minerals that you might be taking. And baked potatoes, that's pretty much like the fried foods and the oils. When you bake baked potatoes, and I'm having trouble here because the sun it's really bad on my eyes, and every time I look out the window, I get to look back on the screen, I get this green thing.
Stay focused on the screen. Stay focused on the screen.
Excuse me, guys, if I'm sounding a bit, yeah. So yes, when you bake potatoes in the oven, once again they become acrylamide. They get that acrylamide, which is a carcinogen, because it's crispy burnt skins, and anything that's crispy burnt becomes carcinogen. So you really do need to stay away from those. And corn and soy, because it's GMO. So if it's not GMO, corn and soy, it will generally be fine, although I would stay away from soy anyway. I don't like soy. It's a estrogen product, and so I keep away. But if it's GMO, and you can have those, if it's non-GMO, you can have those things, and that's fine as well. But yeah, GMO, stay away from corn and soy. And another one we've added to the list is the processed sugars. Our body needs sugar because our DNA is made up of sugar, but we only need it in small doses because our body still needs to get energy. But it's the bad processed sugars that we have to get away from, because that can, we all know the big C loves sugars, okay? So, and sugar destroys tissue. If you're having sugars all the time, it destroys your tissue, it breaks down your cells, and when you break down your cells, that's when you start getting diseases. So you really got to cut down on your sugar intake and make sure it's things like fruit, but only in small doses, because that's still sugar. And if you're living off fruits, in my opinion, you're still getting a lot of sugars, if that makes sense. So so if you still want to get your sugar intake, just have the fruit, but keep away from processed sugar all the time, because it's actually one of the first things that can quickly age you is too much sugar. Right? Mm-hmm. So the next slide. Oh. Okay, so this is what we should be eating. Okay, eat the rainbow of foods. Some people can't have capsicum, so that can, but it's still a vegetable. Your fruit and vegetable colours, and eggs and butter are good for us because it's good cholesterol, and we need good cholesterol for our brain, among other things. It's good for our hormones. What else is? It's good for. I mainly say because it's you need it for the myelin of the brain, and if you break that myelin of the brain, and you stop taking cholesterol stuff, or you're having cholesterol reducing drug, then you're going to break that protection, and that's how we end up getting some of these brain sort of diseases that I'm not going to mention. So eggs and butter we need, and salt we need. We need salt for our stomach as well, to help our stomachs break down foods with calcium, okay? And even Dr. Wallach says we need salt, okay? 4 to 8 glasses of filtered water. Filtered water is really good for us. And in fact, when you have sugar, if you have water following that sugar, it'll actually dilute the sugar, so you're not going to end up with this thick, foggy, dirty blood, is what Ben Fuchs would say. So he always said that you've got to have sugar, or you're having like a treat sugar, follow off with water because that will dilute it.
And now we have all those hydration sticks. And so that hydration sticks makes drinking water so much fun. And they have added minerals, added nutrients to make you smarter, to give you a better mood, or to give you energy, or to even just fight free radicals, and even to curb your appetite. So,
and I'm having because I was doing this, I've got the Smart.
Oh, good girl. And I actually have my core in here. So I had a lot of sun today, and so I just wanted to get extra free radical vitamins for me. So I'm drinking core, which is really
good. Is a good antioxidant one too. So, and I think it was the other weekend I went out with a friend of mine, and the next morning I woke up feeling a bit, and I'd had a core, and I was amazed at how quickly it made me feel.
I know. And I find I drink more as well. So by me having a stick, like I can easily go through 5 of the sticks throughout the day, and I'm definitely nailing my water intake. And it does taste better with filtered water. I have done a taste test now, whether it was tap water and filtered water, and it tastes different.
Yes. Oh, yeah, well, it would. I don't have tap water with all the hot things in it.
Yes.
Fluoride. So I can't have the taste. Really good. So I always have flavored water now, and for that reason only, because to get rid of the fluoride and the fluoride and everything else out of my body. So I've been and tell you what's good for getting heaviness is the rainforest as well.
Herbal rainforest.
Yeah,
nice.
So I just looked at that sun again. So where am I up to? I can't see.
You're now under raw nut, mixed nuts.
Well, nuts, but no peanuts. Okay. The peanuts has aspergillus, which is like a mold, and Dr. Wallach explains all that. And
unless you can boil them yourself.
Is that right? Yeah, I haven't heard that. Yeah, but raw mixed nuts. Okay, raw, not salted, not sugared, just raw. And couscous, which I've never had. Rice, millet, and quinoa. Quinoa, sorry. You can tell I don't have it. Yeah, so they're all good things to have as well. And then your meat, medium rare. And even when you are having fish, chicken, I don't have pork because a lot of pork over here in Australia and definitely in America and New Zealand, I think some of them use the what do you call them? Hormones and antibiotics, especially antibiotics. So I try and get organic pork, lamb, chicken, and beef for that reason. And coffee, tea, and green tea you can have. But obviously coffee and tea in just in small doses. And I wouldn't go having 20 cups of coffee a day, just because it's on the list. But 1 or 2 coffees a day is okay. And because we're off the Youngevity coffee now, and I'm on this Makona stuff, and I always make sure I have my rainforest to get rid of those heavy chemicals out of my body from the coffee that we're getting now. And I've just totally gone off other coffees now because it doesn't be Youngevity coffee. And dairy products are good if you have no allergies. A lot of people these days are getting allergies with dairy products. So if that's not you, then yes, dairy products are fine. If you are, then that dairy product should be on your bad foods list. And beans and wine are good in, as I said, in small doses. And you can get wine that's got no chemicals, that's antihistamine free. A lot of the wines affect people to be anti-chemical. So we're looking for chemical free wine, and you should be fine to have one now and again.
It's apparently medicinal, but if you have too much, it's the opposite. It's just not too much and just enough, as Dr. Wallach says.
Yes, and I know Dr. Wallach has a red wine, doesn't he? So and sleep. Well, we all know how important sleep is. You should at least have 7 to 8 hours a day of sleep. And you certainly notice it if you don't have that amount of hours sleep. Okay? And and especially if you're working, like my husband works long hours, and we'll be lucky sometimes we'll get back and we work long hours and comes home and takes his sleep, and it will eventually catch up on you. So you've got to make sure you have plenty of sleep. Brainwash. I don't understand what brainwash is actually. Tell you the truth.
Well, it's part of the rest and recover. It actually gives your brain a nice flush getting that sleep, and it's part of the recovery.
Okay.
So the brain wash is what sleep does for the brain, for sure.
Okay. And become a sleep expert. We have a lot of products within Youngevity that help you sleep. We've got the revitalizers that have sleep formulas. If you are having issues sleeping, then just put that on in your room for about half an hour or so before you go to bed at night with the sleep formula in it. We've got a children's one and an adult's one. That'll help you sleep. We have oils that help you sleep. And we also have like our osteo. This is why we recommend that you take our osteo at night, because that does help you sleep easy. So, yeah. And if you're in America, you've got the sleep gummies.
That's it.
Yeah. So, yeah. And support. In Youngevity, we have a lot of support. And we have a lot of health coaches now, because Youngevity through not just Youngevity, it's Paul and Cheryl, Cheryl Morley, have started up this health coaching course for us. So we as Youngevities can become health coaches and help people with their health challenges. And we have the right supplements. We definitely have the right supplements. We can't match any of our supplements in the market. And you have the right dosage. Dr. Wallach says that we need to have, despite what anybody else says, we should be having dosages as per body. Because the doctor, if you go to a doctor and you get drugs on them, he'll give you to your body weight. So it's the same thing with our supplements. And they're all plant-derived, and you just can't get any better now. And be accountable. From my perspective, that accountability means make sure you're taking your supplements every day, and you're teaching yourself, educate yourself. We have so much education outside of the course as well, that you have so many videos. Dr. Wallach's on over here in Australia and New Zealand. It's one Saturday a month. We have Ben Pukes every fortnight, Heath living, make yourself accountable to learning and educating yourself about keeping yourself healthy and without having to rely on anybody else. And yeah, we do have a team of experts here, as I said, in the health coaching course and within our Youngevity management. Okay, we have Tracy, we've got Joanne, Helen in the office. So we're all here for you. So just reach out. And well, then I've got a bit ahead of myself there.
You did good. You did good. And we love Sean.
Sean as well. Yes, there's Joanne, Tracy, and Sean.
Which I believe you took that photo of Sean.
Yes, that's right. That was a good night. That's what you did.
Yeah, no, it was good. But I think the one thing about the support, and it's, the support that we talk about, is the fact that you said we got Peter Glidden, Ben Fuchs, we have Adrienne Gold, we have Joanne Conaway, we have Laura Dennison. Like, we have so many people in the Youngevity world that are experts in health. We don't need to be the expert. We just need to help support and coach and help our people be accountable that really do want health benefits. So before we close this off, Karen, was there anything you'd like to share in somebody that was just watching you for the first time, just learning to the good food, bad food lists? What tips would you might give somebody that's just getting started?
Well, just getting started, come to one of your, as Tracy did, our health coaches, and really, it really is easy. Ben and Peter Glidden make it easy. It's just cleaning up your diet, and you don't have to go home with something. Just clean up your diet and just get on the healthy stuff. That's all I suggest. And learn, educate yourself as to why you're taking these products, because unless you know why you're taking them, just wait to follow it through. It's really important. And that's what I'm more advocate about, is education. got to know why you're taking this.
Good for you. And so now if somebody wanted to buy your book, where can they find your book?
At the moment, it's just on Amazon, okay? I'm trying to get it over to another publisher because Amazon, it's just too expensive. I think you found that too, didn't you? It's just so expensive, and I can't even have to change the prices and stuff like that. So I'm getting a new publisher. But meanwhile, if you do want one, just reach out to me and we'll get you one.
And I believe they can get Dead Doctors Don't Lie from you and a wealth of other Youngevity Dr. Wallach books. Is that correct?
Oh, so I hold all of, if not most of Dr. Wallach's books and CDs as well. And I actually was going to I was just listening to this again today. Is Hysteria Killer. Okay. I haven't listened to it for a while. And I was listening to it again today. And I've actually forgotten what a good. This actually goes over everything I've just talked about.
Excellent.
Okay? So I would recommend everybody read that as well and listen to that as well. It's a CD. You can still got one in your car or your computer. Otherwise, well, you don't get it. But anyway, I would definitely recommend that. I do have them if you. And yeah, so basically, there's so much more I probably could have said at the beginning, but I was a bit nervous.
Well, you did a great job.
I've missed a lot out of them. But anyway.
Well, you covered everything that was important. You did a great job, Karen. We continue to be inspired by you, and we thank you for leading the way and showcasing and sharing your home to people so you can create community of education and awareness of Youngevity. So thank you so much.
Thanks for giving me.
Okay, so some of you may have noticed that was a recording because we weren't quite sure if Karen could make it on time. And so we thought we'd actually get it recorded just in case. But Karen, you did a great job. Well done. So in building on that, before I open up to see if anybody had any questions, was there anything you wanted to add to what you just saw now that you had a chance to actually watch it yourself as well?
No, not really. Just hope everyone could hear it very well because my end of it, I couldn't hardly hear myself.
Well,
but no, yeah, no, that was all fine. Not unless anyone else has got a question.
Okay, so in saying that, does anybody have a question that they would love to ask our fantastic Karen, or maybe build on something that they really picked up on here that they got some good value on?
Yes, please.
Yes, Kylie.
Is it okay to rub coconut oil and olive oil on your skin?
That's a good question.
Good, yeah, good question. If I was Dr. Wallach, he'd probably say no, because you don't know. Well, especially not the olive oil. Depends what sort of olive. If it's cold pressed and you know it's fresh, probably not. I mean, probably yes. Sorry, but coconut oil. I mean, as a child, as a teenager, I used to rub it all. I used to go and sunbathe in it, coconut oil.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But I would probably say no to coconut oil.
Okay.
And I think it comes down to, again, like Karen was saying, there's only two oils that are cold pressed. That is coconut oil, that is olive oil. It's knowing that it's fresh, knowing where it came from, knowing that it hasn't been oxidized. You know, I think that kind of comes down to it. And the bottom line is that our skin is our largest organ, and it absorbs with it. Anything you put on it, it absorbs. I believe something like within 6 seconds, your bloodstream has already absorbed what you've put on it. So it is definitely part and parcel to that. But here's the thing: when you take these EFAs, the first thing you notice about the EFAs is your skin. You'll notice your skin isn't dry. Like, oh my God, I don't ever have to put oils on my skin anymore because of the amount of EFAs I have, and I don't experience what I used to experience before that. So that's pretty much what I have to say. So Kylie, that was a great question. Did anyone else have a question?
Also, they have a body cream, don't they?
Yes, and we do have a body cream that is definitely approved by organic and non-toxic to the body. So we definitely do, for those of you that need that.
Thanks.
Brilliant. Okay. If there's anyone else.
Someone just said, what was slide 3? It was skipped over in the recording.
Oh,
that would have been the sleep one, wouldn't it? Or The good
Sleep.
foods. Was
Oh, exercise.
oh, we missed exercise.
We missed exercise. So movement. That would have been the other slide that was missed. I wonder how we missed that.
Didn't even notice. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do a whole topic on exercise and performance. How's that? Okay. So next week, we are actually going to be going over the hydration sticks. We're going to talk about hydration, water, the importance of it. And not all water is created equal. And how can we get water in us? So we're going to have a collection of fantastic speakers next week to share on that topic. So please stay tuned. It'll be the same link you have today. If you get yourself registered, it'll be emailed to you again. However, we look forward to having you on the call, and we hope that this makes a difference to you guys all. And we want to see you get registered at the events that were coming up: Gold Coast, Melbourne, or sorry, we start with Melbourne, Gold Coast, Sydney, and then Christchurch. So I hope you all have a great night tonight. Please, if you have any questions, you want to stay back. I'm staying back for a few more minutes after this for anyone who may have any further questions. But other than that, you guys all have a great night. Thank you.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks.
Karen.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
The whole
Bye,
recording
Michelle.
will be uploaded to the Youngevity Down Under YouTube channel as well. Karen.
Oh, I hate listening to myself. But that recording at my end was terrible.
It's same here. Do you realize the recording's still going?
Oh, I better stop that one.